Hello everyone, it is I, Reverend Godfather, aka Martinsburg Madman, main host and frontman for the Long Coat Mafia podcast. And I am currently at 4-State Comic-Con in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Attending this event, covering it, getting lots of content for all of you out there. So what I'd like for you all to do is come join me right now for a brief walking tour of this event. We're going to try to break this up into maybe 2 or 3 different parts, so it's not too long. That's one of those parts will be the Artist Alley part. So we'll try to keep everything in regards to titles separated for you all, so you know which one's what. So come along. Let's go. Okay, let's begin, folks. You're going to see a lot of different cosplayers. Now we're starting at the cosplayers section of 4-State, and like right here is Megacat's cosplay. But a lot of the cosplayers are getting ready for their the cosplay contest and so forth and so on. I know everything looks kind of weird right now, but please keep in mind that my battery's running a little bit low, so we'll see how long things last. But like I said, this is cosplay section, and right here is Violet Verse. We spoke to this person many times before. She's a wonderful cosplayer. Skate Cat cosplayer. We got to speak to some of these people and local artists and so forth and so on. We'll try to get some interviews with some of these folks along over the course of the weekend. We are here 2 days. Looks like somebody's going to be showing a fine night at Freddy's cosplay. So you have loads of different vendors here. Here is Alliance. We have to speak to them in regards to their charity or their organization. But since we're more familiar with 4-State Hagerstown, it's going to be fun to see what kind of artists and cosplayers are here at the Harrisburg event
for whatever you bring.
In regards to everything. And especially looks like we have a type of working a Renaissance fair aspect.
Well,
hello.
We reenact the Middle Ages and Renaissance time periods. We are a non-profit education organization. Translation, we're not the Ren Fair. We go, it's fun, but...
I was going to ask, what's the difference between you guys and a Ren Fair, so...
We're not here to make money. And we don't, and we do not speak with the funny British accents. We teach the Middle Ages, we live the Middle Ages on weekends, and it's a matter of spending, the cost of spending the weekend at the Boy Scout camp or whatever it is we rented, and then you are a part of it. You don't get to stand on the sidelines and go, I will watch you people.
And the voice of God!
You have to come in there. So that's our difference.
Thank you so much. Always here to learn and speak with loads of new people. We have some independent artists here outside of the whole Artist Alley. Always support your local artists. And it looks like we have a virtual and one of our cast, Jeff from Zero. So
Good to see you, Rita.
good to see you. So let me pause this for a second. So I'll start it up in a minute. Sorry for the cut, folks, but as you can tell, going to events like this, you run into not just Con family, you run into like independent movie creative family like Jeff. So as you can see right here, you have a VR center and tabletop gaming center.
The light has begun to dim, and now the darkness rushes after, ready to destroy anything that dares face it.
And places like this, you have a bunch of like folks here with glassware, knitting, Funko Pops, and weaponry. So let's now, and the tabletop gaming here is brought to you by the Badena Group. We talked with these folks a few years ago when they were in 4 State Hagerstown. And here's Fudge. And as always, like most comic conventions, pop culture conventions, you have comic book resellers, like folks like this. And you have folks like these gentlemen here selling their independent game. We'll try to speak with these guys tomorrow. Toys, hats, clothing are always a biggie here. We'll try to speak to a lot of the independent booksellers and creators that are here. It's like you have a local school. And here's Cosplay Alley. Got some pickles. Food is always a necessity at these shows. Again, we have the cosplayers, so a lot of the folks are out and about. Aha! That's where she's hiding. It's Langley Cat and this Cupcake. Having fun. You two are behaving yourselves?
No.
Good. They never behave themselves. So, one thing, it wouldn't be a con without R2-D2. And you have a lot of folks selling replicas. Ooh, look at this. 80s folks will understand this wonderful replica right here. Ooh. Makes me want to have more money than I do. Not to mention, a lot of cons like this, you have places that you can... Now, $50 isn't bad for a poster such as that. Places like this that's selling old school books. You might find some like D&D stuff, old school D&D stuff, pre-owned DVDs. If you're looking for that DVD that is out of print. And you've heard me and Sasha always talk about stuff that like physical media and other things like that. And you have places like this selling steampunk stuff, whether it be googly eye goggles and tinted stuff like I have on my hat today. And you have a lot of stores here and wine. Okay, got wine. Independent wineries in here. Because you have people of all ages that are interested in stuff. More comics and comic supplies. You always need comic supplies. A lot of folks, if you collect comics, you need supplies. And they have graded comics here too. And you have custom props, printed stuff. A lot of plushies. And you always have a lot of great artwork like this being sold here. A lot of comics and independent art. A lot of wood art. All depends on what you're into. You can always find something that you're interested in at here. A lot of 3D printed stuff and more. And as you can see, the PA Ghostbusters, Central PA Ghostbusters are here today. We'll probably get a photo with them or with the car. And they have an arcade game that you could play. Funko Pops are always a big seller here at these shows. We'll talk about these guys in a minute. We got some geeky glassware here. Some clothing for all folks. Again, more woodwork and comics. Some wonderful art, like I have control issues up there. But we got to keep things. Now, here's a great charity, like the Bodega Group. It's Extra Life charity. They're always promoting. Tell us a little. Do you guys know a lot about the Extra Life stuff to promote it, or? Tell us a little bit about Extra Life for the folks at home.
So Extra Life is part of the Children's Miracle Network, and we're a group of gamers that raise money every year for Children's Hospital. The hospital that we're a part of is the Penn State Hershey Children's Hospital. This year, all of our funds are directed towards the Patient Assistance Fund, so that's going to help out the families with like gas to and from the hospital or some meals and things like that. All we ask for is a commitment from the volunteers and members to do 24 hours of gaming and raise money for the hospital. You can do that in one shot. We have a big event every November where everybody gets together to do 24 hours of straight gaming. If you can't do it on that day or 24 hours is a bit much for you, you can break it up and I do 3 8-hour shifts, for example, throughout the year. Some people do a little bit earlier and host their own event. We have mini golf tournaments, done some things like axe throwing. Basically anything that you can make a game out of, we can parlay it into raising money for the kids. So that's Extra Life in a nutshell. That's what we do.
Thank you so much. Got some independent authors here. We'll try to speak to some of these independent authors. More Funko Pops and Hot Wheels. Yeah, Hot Wheels. Who would have thunk it? Custom shirts. We might have some grab bags here for Pokemon, for those that are in Pokemon. Cosplayers are always abound. You have some custom dice trays for those who play tabletop, like myself. And you have folks that are raising money, and cosplayers are always prevalent. Peggy, go to the booth. They're raising funds to head to Maui. Get some, yeah. You have some wonderful cosplayers like this gentleman right here with the detailed Gundam suit. We have a photo, it'll be on our Instagram. And we have these gentlemen. It's been a while since we've seen you guys. So how have you guys been?
Doing very good.
And you have to watch this podcast. It's found on every platform that is probably out there.
Yep.
We met these guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Alan.
Hey, how's it going?
We met these guys several years ago at, I think it was the downtown Waynesboro Comic-Con Pop Culture Show. So how have you guys been doing?
Pretty good. Since Waynesboro, we have joined the Run Winners Podcast Network that we're here with. So yeah, we're live, still live weekly on YouTube every Tuesday, and then still posting the podcast wherever you can get your podcasts.
So thank you. I'll be here all weekend just doing my thing, getting content, probably like you guys. So I'll see you guys around.
Sounds good.
And like I said, you have a lot of interesting stuff. Like, look at this. Like Mortimer, steampunk, D&D stuff, clockwork stuff. Hey, we supported for you D&D folks, we supported a clock tower which does a lot of TikTok, like steampunk stuff, like the Mortimer here. And this will be great for your campaign to work into it. So I don't know if we got Mortimer real quick. So let's go back. Here is Mortimer, and here is where you can find the Clockwork Critters. Loads of cosplayers here today. We got looks like somebody from She-Ra, Indiana Jones, Death Note, and it is once again the Novel Guys Tower.
That's right.
How's it going?
Fantastic.
Doing good today?
Hell yeah.
Behaving yourself?
No.
Good for you. It's always hard to tell who's talking to you. You got Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, cards, graded comics like this here. Yes, the cosplay contest is still going on. Wonder Emporium. You have some goth stuff and incense, motion art right here. More incense and candles and woodwork. County Hobby. Independent authors. Well, Right now we're just going through. We'll probably come stop by and find out more about you guys and what you do and what you're putting out. So nice to see you guys. First time at 4 State? First time at 4 State?
Yeah, it's our stand, Harrisburg Productions. This is our third year here. We make television, we sell audiobooks, and this is the first year that we brought one of our authors up here.
Glad that you're here. I hope you're having a wonderful time. You're going to be here tomorrow? Hopefully we'll come by and speak with you in regards to what you do and what you've been putting out. More independent authors. Yeah, we definitely have to talk about with these folks tomorrow. Even though we're doing a walkthrough, we have to talk with these guys to find out more about what they're doing. So.
That's Foreshadow Entertainment. www.foreshadowentertainment.com. Check us out. Hey, take a card.
I said I'm looking forward to talking to you guys tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going to be here tomorrow, so I'm going to be doing like vendor spotlights and author spotlights and so forth. So be happy to talk to you guys.
Talk to us, yeah. We like to talk.
And Varia is here as well with their card game. Oh, it's okay. You guys causing trouble?
Of course. Definitely.
Always.
That's what we do.
You know, the voice of God is over us at all times. Cosplay. Star Wars cosplay. We got, again, the only place, one of the few places that you get weaponry. And we have somebody selling jerky. Who can't enjoy jerky? Now, you have, as always with a lot of pop culture shows, you have the celebrities. We're trying to not photograph them because, well, various things. And you have a retro arcade here that with free-to-play stuff. And you have the 4 State sales and charity thing. We'll see a little bit better with them. Second and Charles is here selling some of their stuff. For weekly gamer events for Pokemon, D&D, and other stuff. Another independent artist. No, Maid Cafe. Some incense. Like I say, you can find a lot of stuff here, like fudge, pickles, a lot of food. Custom D&D towers and books and stuff like that. Classic collectible figures, comics. And not to mention, I feel bad now because I was going to say this knucklehead right here, but that knucklehead ain't here right now. So, hi. Going right? And folks, it is Absurd Productions. Mark is not here right now, so we'll try to catch him tomorrow so we can rip the hell out of him. No, Mark's over there. We'll yell at him. I can't really, it's more fun to make fun of Mark than you.
Okay. Yeah,
So.
that's true. That's true. That's a good thing. He's over there.
He's over there digging through a whole mess of stuff. He should be over here hawking this stuff. Real good movies. Now, we were in this one, one of our first acting roles. So, and since then, he's put out a lot of great stuff. And here he comes down. Where the hell were you, mister? This is Mark Byrne, main person behind Absurd Productions, selling DVDs. So, folks at home, if you're interested, you've heard me and Sasha talk about independent cinema and art, independent movie makers like Mark here. So just search online for Absurd Productions. You could find, I'm sure you could find some of this, I think, isn't like Remnants or Brazilian on Tubi?
These are on Plex, and also this one's on 4 channels streaming. This one's on Amazon, VOD. This is on Kings of Horror.
Okay.
And this is on Amazon. Now, none of these DVDs are available except through our booth. They're out of print.
They're out of print,
It's the only
folks.
place you can get them.
And the thing is, I think I have Remnants, I have that one, and I have that one. So
This is the one where you made your debut.
my debut.
Right here.
And folks, there's one I said Tubi because eventually that was on Tubi at one point, wasn't
It's
it?
on Kings of Horror now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kings of Horror is a YouTube channel. You could watch Zero on that as well. So got to hawk them out. So some folks like that are real good to folks like Mark to get their stuff out. I'm sure it leads to more promotion from you guys. So
yeah, they have a huge audience.
It didn't seem like it when Zero's like, it's not going to get all of a sudden it's like 50,000, 60,000 views. And it's Wesley's first movie. So
yeah, it's a movie of someone that people haven't heard of. So imagine when the people have heard of them, you're talking hundreds of thousands of views.
Right.
It's crazy how many people.
And that's the thing. It's like I might have critiqued Wesley harshly, but I always said in my review of Zero, it's like it's his first film.
Right.
He has to take those first steps. Somebody has to be a little harsh. I don't want to do that to someone like that, but you don't want somebody making a lot of the same mistakes in and out. The first film I saw was Bigfoot, but with someone like David Kerr, I saw his first slasher Nurse, and he was like, "Oh dear God, that was my first film. I did not know what I was doing with that." So it's stuff like that. Now he's doing a whole reboot, and it's more money, more bigger names, and everything else. So I'm happy for Dave hitting that mark and his success. So
yeah, they've done very well.
I hope it's continued success for him and he takes it to new heights. He has. Will he probably stumble? He might, but I want to see how he does.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has to. It's like, I have to hit that bar. If I hit that, knock it off, I knock it off. I fumble. Like, hey, I fumbled. I learned. So if Slash Nurse is his piece of art that he keeps going back to kind of tweak certain things, i.e. getting bigger names, and stumbling, then that's what it's got to take. It's that film. Right. So.
Yeah, that's good. When people release a film and they're later unhappy with it, you're right, because they can look back and go, I learned all this from that film. May still be unhappy with it, but there's plenty of people that never got their film released. And these folks got their film out, and even if they weren't happy with it, it carried on to the next film. They were able to grow. So you're better off to get your film out than to spend 20 years perfecting it and never release it, right?
Yeah, and you folks, we have Mark Byrne's panel that he did a couple years ago on our YouTube channel, and I think I think we talked about it as well. If it wasn't for places like YouTube, where new filmmakers could hone their craft and sub on fall, and Kings of Horror getting the word out, like, hey, check out these folks. Yeah, they're new. They're going to stumble. You guys would probably not get that much coverage, and stuff like this helps a lot as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's interesting. Remember we had a conversation about Amazon several years ago, and if folks remember 5 years ago or so, or maybe a little longer than that, everybody just went to Amazon, and they had the whole market. And they just decided to let it go. And now we've got all these channels on the Roku and on streaming, like Kings of Horror, like Plex, like Tubi, all these channels. And so we now actually have more opportunity than we did with Amazon. Because if Amazon said no, you were kind of screwed.
Right.
So now you've got all these channels to put your film on.
And folks, I think for our anniversary month, we re-released our conversation with Mark. So check that out. It should still be up on Podbean. If not, I'll find the links for it and I'll put them down below. But if you use Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and the like, you're going to have to hunt for it. But we will try to put the direct link down below for you, so you can go straight to Podbean for it.
Yeah, so. I remember you put a note out to folks to talk about it, and I said, yeah, I'll talk about it. I guess a lot of people didn't want to, but it was like, we might as well discuss it. We had actually one of the earliest discussions about it on the internet. There were very few, and everybody was talking about it, but nobody was really publicly saying it. It's like, well, let's just talk about it. I mean, what's the future? And we all thought about, well, what's the future going to look like? And I don't think any of us thought we'd have all these channels. I thought we'd have 2 or 3 maybe.
Not to mention with TikTok being a thing, you could put up a minute clip or a trailer on TikTok and it could blow up.
Oh yeah.
So with all these new outlets that we didn't have 5 years ago, or outlets, heck, either it be Rumble, Kick, and heck, with Rumble, granted it's more of a conservative platform, you have that option of getting that, instead of waiting for 1,000 subscribers and watch time and interactions, you're hitting the ground running.
Right.
So if you have that good hit, whether it be Remnants or Brazilian Impact or even Bigfoot, whatever's that, in essence, that viral hit, you're actually seeing an immediate income off of it. So.
Yeah, the income in a lot of them is light, a lot of those channels, but it's exposure if nothing else.
Right.
Particularly if you're just starting, you want your film out there. You don't care if you make a penny on it because you have to develop your name.
And the thing is, as you said, these are limited run, or if not the last ones that are available. The thing is, you could put up like a short on YouTube for your channel and say, hey, I'm going to be at 4 State Comic-Con, and hopefully those that are able to come, granted times are tough, they're able to come here and buy merch from you.
Yeah.
And buy that infamous hard copy. Again, as me and Sasha have said many times, get hard copies because sometimes things go poof.
Absolutely. That's happened to all of us. And, you're not going to buy everything like we used to with DVD like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. That's all you did was buy DVD. But if it is something that you're interested in, particularly something like this that could disappear tomorrow, you want to get it if there's an actor you like or whatever, or a series you like. You want to own it, and then you don't care what the streaming service does. They can take it down, go ahead. I've got my hard copy. I can watch it whenever I want.
And that's the sad thing that me and Sasha have talked about, is that sometimes when you have places like Netflix saying, we don't want to put any of our hits on hard copy, it makes it hard. And folks, whoever it might be, are going, it's like, oh, we're going to go the Bay of the Pirates, and we'll make our own damn hard copy, and we'll do it that way and share it amongst friends, which is, yes, it's wrong, it might be unethical, but I'd rather push folks like yourself where, yes, you get the hard copy, yes, you're going to get the features, yes, you get to meet the people behind it, because you have folks that are local, like Mr. Inlow, that will come to here. You get to meet Mr. Inlow or someone like yourself, having, if they got such and such celebrity for that day, sometimes they'll come out and help promote you at your booth.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
that's always cool. Like this one has Sharon Smith from Dark Shadows. She played Barnabas' sister. Here she is. And Ellen Udy from My Bloody Valentine. And then George Stover from all the Don Dohler films. If folks are familiar with Baltimore, Don Dohler was kind of Baltimore legend from the 80s and 90s, even up to the early 2000s. George was in all of them. And then in Remnants, we've got Jim Crutt. Jim.
Who's here at the 4 State today.
So if you come and get this movie, you can go over and have Jim sign it. He's the lead of this film. And there's George in this one again, and Monique Dupree and Mel Heflin, who are kind of scream queens. So there's and then if you like older folks.
And let us just say, if they're watching, both Mel and Monique are very wonderful people, very nice people. We've met both of them, and they are both. We met Mel many years ago, and she was fun to speak with. And Monique is, I say it with the kindness of heart and in most respect, she's a trip.
She is.
She's a trip.
She is. And she was fun. Both of them were phenomenal in this. Their characters.
So, I'm going to head on out. You take care. I'll probably see you around tomorrow to annoy you. So, take care. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Got some 3D printers. And our thoughts about that every time we see someone like that. It's kind of hard to say whether it's legit or not. But we're going to go back because we have a lot of independent artists here. And since Artist Alley is starting, we want to hit one booth on the other side real quick. That's here that we want to kind of cover. Here's where someone dressed as the Crow. But, maybe. This event, or should I say this whole, is a new experience for us because, now we have one more row. I got confused. I'm turned around. because we have, Artist Alley is this area. This is what I want to show you guys. But don't worry, I'll come over and pick on you because when I do our Artist Alley. So, but one of the folks that we wanted to highlight, other than this gentleman here working security.
Hi.
You behaving yourself, sir?
Yes. Always.
I doubt that. Yeah, he could probably kick at my ass, but yes, I am having a good time. So we're always behaving. We're always asking consent from the people that we speak to. So take care.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing you too. And one of the folks that we want to shout out before we cover Artist Alley is these folks right here. We have to check our text message to get there. They do 360 photos. Find our stuff on probably Instagram and Facebook. And who knows, probably Twitch as well. So let's start on the other end. Well, probably, you know what? We are going to cover Artist Alley tomorrow. Come back with a charge thing. But first, let's go around. As you can see, all these cosplayers getting judged for their cosplay. You have a lot of amateurs here. But before we cover, there's two things. We showed you. That's right. We showed you. Before we go, we have to. This trouble. This trouble. Well, we're going to speak to you tomorrow. But also, before we go, we'll be spending some time with him tomorrow and the vendor spotlight. But as we walk by, we got to shout out to the Gabriel right here, who has that awesome piece of art right there, Indiana Jones and Thundercats crossover. He always has some wonderful stuff, man. Wonderful stuff. Like this Gargamel, fantasy stuff, loads of crossover, loads of great stuff. If you ever see him at a show, stop by, pick something up, man. He's got something for every type of geek. Yes. So we'll speak with him tomorrow, but this is what I wanted to show you is here today. We're not sure if they'll be here tomorrow. Good chance they will. Is the Jurassic Park Jeep, a replica Jeep, and Monica Tule, who's a wonderful cosplayer as well. And we have, because we are in Pennsylvania, the PA Popo. That's right, the Pennsylvania Capital Popo. Here they're doing demonstrations of their drone stuff. So tomorrow we'll be getting more footage for you, and we'll be getting Artist Alley right here. So take care, everyone. See you guys and gals and aliens of all ages tomorrow.